Hello, everybody, and we are live. Hopefully, we're going to get some people filtering in now or in the next few minutes. So, as we are waiting for everybody to join us, we'll get started. So, this man doesn't really need any introduction at this point. I'm sure most people just want to get on and see what he's got to say, answer some of your questions. So, yeah, I am joined by Luke Ferrara. Here he is, Luke.
Oh,
Welcome.
yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So, how have you found your summer so far? How's it been?
It's been hectic, mate. There's been a lot going on, but it's been a good one. We've had a lot of fun and excited for the season now. Not long to go. So getting that excitement to be back on the ice.
Definitely. Of course, you've had a pretty eventful summer so far. Not only with the return to Phantoms, but of course, you recently got married.
Good,
How's
yeah.
that? How's that
It
feel? Married life?
it's good. It's very it's only just begun, I guess I should say, but it's no, it's going well. I'm obviously really happy to be back home and to be married and back playing for Phantoms. It's playing for my hometown team again. It's all good things, all really good things.
Sure, definitely. And on top of that, then of course, even the additional great news that you're expecting a baby, got a baby on the way. So yeah, kind of you've really done everything sort of all at once, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm delayed. I just got it all done, but yeah, no, it's very exciting. I think I was joking around with you saying that we'll probably have our own hockey team soon, the Ferraras. I think with the amount of little kids we got running around at the rink, but no, all good. It's exciting, and hopefully be bringing the little boy down to games from December onwards, and he'll be with all his cousins watching all the hockey. So
No
very
doubt.
excited.
Excellent. And I suppose now with obviously coming back to Peter, and we'll discuss more about the your decision to do that in a bit. But with coming back to Peter, of course, it means you'll be closer to those guys. You'll be able to see them a bit more often. So even better when your little ones got their cousins sort of a lot closer for them as well. I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel like I've not that I begrudge it, but I just feel like I've missed out on a lot. I guess family wise, friends wise, playing away or for such a long time. It's quite a nice feeling knowing that I'm here and I'm stable, I'm not moving, and that I'm close to my family and friends every day. It's different, but it's definitely a good feeling right now.
Definitely. Um, okay, what we'll do is tell you what people are saying. Host very quiet. Thank you guys. That's just hopefully that's a little bit better for you. Try not to deafen everybody. Okay. Actually, that might be a little hot. Okay, so I'll get started with the first question. I'm just trying to pull them up. It's been a little bit hectic here today, folks. Um, Let me just see if I can find them. Sorry for the delay. I don't like this sort of thing to keep people waiting while I try and find the questions. I know they're here. They're gone. Where have they gone? Right. Typical. I did have some to hand. Well, I'll tell you what I will ask because I know people will be wanting to know. Let's
Yeah.
drive right in with some hockey related things. So obviously you were at uh, Panthers obviously last season. It had probably a bit of a. I would say you probably were disappointed, particularly as you've obviously suffered through a fairly substantial injury. But what prompted your return to Phantoms?
Um, I think a combination of things. Obviously, like you said, yeah, disappointing season personally and as a team. I had high expectations for things to go a lot better at my time with Panthers, but through whatever reasons people want to say, like just didn't work out, and there's a number of factors why. But then also been like obviously not the easiest year to get through. A lot of things happening, and I think just at this point in my life, settling down and with a baby on the way, I just couldn't imagine not being in my hometown, not being close to family, trying to start a family maybe in like a bit of an unpredictable situation for me. And on top of that, I mean, I've tracked the Phantoms since I left. Obviously, even now my brothers don't play. It's always been my team, and it's always something I've intended to come back to. That circumstances maybe led to that a little bit earlier, but um, no, I'm happy to be back. It's one of those things. It's always an option to come back to your hometown, and now the stars have aligned. I didn't really have another choice. And it's something that I'm, like I said, really excited to be starting back up again soon.
Absolutely, and I mean, probably I think most Phantoms fans, or probably most hockey fans, would say you are the marquee signing of the summer. Maybe not even just for Phantoms, but possibly even for the EIHL National. So, I mean, that obviously is big news for us as a club to have you back, and obviously we welcome with open arms. I know I did see a question, and I can't remember who asked it. I can't find it now, so I apologise. But somebody asked, I think, like, what are your expectations for this season? Not just for Phantoms, but on an individual level.
Um,
Maybe it's about how Slava sold it to you.
yeah, no. I mean, I've always got on really well with Slav. Obviously, played with him in the past and been coached by him, and he's always kept in touch with me. And expectations, obviously, I think as a professional, you always want to win, and it's about the team. You always want to win trophies, and that's always the expectations going into a season. And I know Phantoms had a successful year last year, and I just want to come in and add to that. On a personal level, I mean, it's you just never know. Circumstances change. You never really know how it's going to go. But all I can say is I'm not treating this as like a step down. I'm still putting as much effort in, going to the gym every day. This is still my job. This is still what I love to do, and it's my expectations of myself are to come in and work hard and pass on some knowledge and just be that good teammate that I had to be when I was here last time, and I've had to be to have a career in the elite league. That's in a not to give you an easy answer and cop out, but like my expectations are the same every season in a way.
Sure. I suppose that's the thing, and obviously, have, like you say, after having previously played under Slava, kind of what's expected of you, and so and is something very reminiscent of his teams is that he doesn't that guys are not out for just to I want the scoring record. I don't think I've ever heard any guy on our club ever say that under Slava, certainly. And that's not to say that nobody wants it, but I think that it's not foremost in your minds. Would you agree with that?
Oh, 100% agree. And I think deep down, you ask anyone, of course, they want to be the leading goal scorer in the league or leading goal scorer on the team. That goes, like, if that's not your ambition, where is your ambition? Obviously, you're striving for the best, but it's always important to put the team goals above your goals. And at the end of the day, you'd rather win a trophy and score one goal in a season than be the leading goal scorer on a team and finish eighth or wherever. I think those things go, and Slava's good at making you and making everybody buy into that. That's part of what makes him a good coach is he builds that team. He doesn't obviously you build it around individuals, but he builds that team and finds a way to get the best out of everyone.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely, I think that Slava's very well known for that, not just with in Peterborough, but I think all around the league. Okay, so a couple of things I wanted to. So I wanted to cover off obviously why now, why you wanted to return now. I think we've covered that,
Yeah.
and your expectations for the season. I also said was wanting to talk about. I mean, obviously, we all know you as well for your appearances for GB.
Mm.
And possibly the thing that certainly I would like to know. I'd like to hear from some of you guys out there. Submit us your questions here. I'm still trying to find any that have been submitted either on Twitter or Facebook. I will find them. I promise. Yeah. If they're there, I'll find them as much as I'll do my best anyway. But yeah, sorry. Maybe what's the things that you've sort of gained like from your experiences with GB?
That's tough to put into words. Those experiences are something I'd say something you dream of, but I feel like you can't even dream of those things. Like they're not. you don't ever think they're reachable. Like the level that GB reached and the players I played against is I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm not. Again, it sounds cheesy, but I'm the same as any kid growing up playing hockey in this country. I play NHL on the PlayStation. You play as Patrick Kane and all these guys, and then a few years down the line, without even realizing, like you're playing against them, like you're actually living out your dream, like something that, let's face it, a few years ago people didn't think that was possible for GB to get to that level, and now it's become to the point where that's our expectation. We have to be at that level as a country.
Mm.
But yeah, just amazing. Like it puts it into perspective. Like my goal of growing up was just to play for Phantoms. That's all you know. You go to the games every weekend, and that's all you want to do. And then you get to that level, you want something more, and then you want something more, and then to play at that level against those players is incredible, and something I hope I never forget. I've got the shirt, the jerseys up on the wall in a frame. Like it's something I'm so proud of.
That's great. I think we're all proud of you as well for what you've accomplished with GB. I'm sure that if there's an opportunity to step in again, I'm sure you'd jump at the chance as well, wouldn't you?
Oh, goes without saying. That's what you're aiming for every season, trying to get to there. I know it might be different now, but yeah, if I ever get a chance, of course, I'm going to take it.
Cool. Just at this juncture, I have got a question I will ask in just a moment, but we're going to just talk about Luke's sponsor for this season, who is DME Slate Roofing. Now, I'll start that again. DME Slate Roofing are a skilled Collie Western slate roofing company based in Stamford, just down the road, serving local areas with their traditional and heritage values, preserving the past for the future. I know these guys personally. I know that they're very happy with being able to be play a sponsor for you, Luke. So I'm sure there's going to be lots of mentions about DME through the season, particularly when you get goals scored. I know that a lot of people are asking or thinking Luke's the guy to score some goals.
If I can get their name out there a little bit, then
Definitely, that's definitely going to help.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll just take the question we've got from David Ager, and he has said, "Do you know what line you're playing on yet, and who with?"
Unfortunately, no. Sorry. I wish I did. I wish I knew what was going on in Slava's head, but I'm sure that's something he'll approach me about soon. I'm sure he's fixing combinations, trying to find what he thinks will be the right chemistry. But for right now, sorry, I don't have that answer.
No, Slava plays his cards quite close to his chest, so I don't expect he would even for you guys to know yet. So, and he's playing 5D chess anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think it'd be funny if I did say too.
Dave also finishes as well saying, "Who are you most looking forward to playing with on the team?"
Oh, tough question. I mean, I think from my point of view, playing with the guys I used to play with, Welds, Norts, Robbo, all those guys, like I had a lot of fun with them before, and we got on well and kept in touch. And I mean, we last game I played with them, we won the playoffs. So very excited to be back on the ice with those guys again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Obviously, we lost some of the one or two of the guys that we lost this season, on off season, I should say. That obviously you would have known. I think you were last year, what, 14-15, wasn't it, when we won the playoffs? Is that right? Yeah. Which is obviously a historical season of its own. So yeah, it would be interesting to see how the teams changed from when you were here last. But I'm rekindling some of those previous relationships on the ice. So
exactly, mate.
A question from Brad says, "Which team are you most looking forward to playing against this season?"
Ooh,
especially with all the changes that have gone on around the league.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could pick some of the new teams. I haven't played against Solway or Leeds or teams like that in the past, but my memory of growing up in Peterborough, playing for Peterborough, and all the rest of it is always the Milton Keynes games, home and away. They're always exciting, always a big rivalry. Those games feel a little different, so I think maybe being at home, seeing the arena filled out with home and away fans, they're always exciting games.
And yeah, and people are tipping them to potentially be at least one of the top teams this year. So definitely should be a real competitive affair. Okay, got a cheeky little question from Steve Coulson. Yep. So he says, in an interview a good few years ago, you mentioned lucky boxer shorts. I remember that as well. Have you still got them?
I might have them somewhere. I don't think I threw them away, but unfortunately, I can't wear them anymore. I think I've got my use out of them.
They've probably been replaced. You know, you're going to be a dad as well at some soon this season, and obviously you're a husband now already. So you know, maybe it's time to find luck in another pair. Let's say.
Yeah, I've had to grow up a little bit, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure I've still got them at the bottom of my drawer somewhere. They'll bring me luck, but I won't wear them again.
Fair enough. Not a question, but a comment from Sky Nightingale saying it's amazing to have you back. She thinks you're a great player, which she's not alone, I'm sure. So I've got a feeling you're going to be probably one of the fan favourites, and we have quite a lot of them in Peterborough. But I think you will be one of the fan favourites again. I think, and not just for your your skills, your talent, but I think people will enjoy your style of play anyway.
Yeah, hopefully, mate. We'll see. I'll give them a couple games to get used to me, and then we'll see if they're still saying that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just at this juncture, I'd just like to bring up as well, just for those watching, that we have the Supporters Club Fun Day on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday, 28th of August. I've been reliably told there will be an inflatable zone, face painting, raffle, a tombola, a sweet shop, merchandise stands where you can see and purchase all the new stock. The juniors are going to have a stand there as well. The food's being done by the pub. So there's going to be a hog roast barbecue, and there's going to be a pizza shack. And you might even get to see Luke in a poncho.
Hopefully not, but you might get to.
So yeah, Bank Holiday Monday. Hopefully we'll get some nice weather like it's been the last couple of days, and we can all have a good time. Certainly we've got a lot to do that day, so yeah, should be good. Right, guys, just like to just encourage you to send us any more questions you might have or any other comments. Just I've got not a lot else to add. I'm still trying to find the questions that were submitted on Facebook. I don't know what's happened with those. Oh, here we go. I've managed to find one just as I said that. I just had to scroll down a little further. It was actually submitted. It was from Hugo Lorimer, age 9, who asks, which player inspired you the most when you were growing up, except for your brothers?
Except for my brothers, okay. Yeah. For me, never really got to watch him play, but obviously a name that everyone will know down there, David Clark. I think being that kid from Peterborough who went on to do amazing things showed me that I can do it, and people my age, we can do it. And he still to this day is a really good friend of mine, and like wants the best for me and always supports me. And I just think like he's someone that you probably model yourself off. Like I remember like the good season I had in Coventry. The second I scored my 30th goal, I looked at my phone after the game. First person texted me David Clark, and that's what he's been. He's always kept an eye on me and looked after me. And when I was growing up, he was my idol, and then I got to meet him and be his friend. And it's a really cool, for me, it's a really cool story. And hopefully I can be that for someone else one day. But yeah, I'd say if I can't say my brothers, I'd say David Clark.
Yeah, I think that's actually a fair point, because I think a lot of what makes people think so highly of Clarkey is not just how good a player he was, certainly for as long as he was, and the high level that he played, but also just the kind of guy he is off the ice. Obviously, he runs his coaching camps and as well. So kids as they're developing, and they get to be around him and see and get that influence and effect from him. So yeah, I think that's a really good shout. Now I do have a couple of other questions here. One from Lily McMillan. I beg your pardon, because Lily asked the same question I think I asked earlier already from Brad. Which team you're most looking forward to play against? So I apologise, Lily, but appreciate you sending that in. One from Luke Reese. He says, "Hi, why have you decided to return to Peterborough from a higher league?" So I think we've kind of covered that as well. But speaking about your time in the Elite League, obviously you originally went up to play for Steelers, didn't you, after you left Peterborough? And then you obviously spent a while at Coventry, where I think you really truly broke through as a top player in the league. And then obviously had that final little stint as well at Nottingham. But how do you sort of characterise your time in the Elite League?
From my point of view, I mean, I've loved it. I thought that I put everything into every game and every team. I've tried to be as loyal as I can, and I mean, I've achieved. Again, it's helped me achieve things in my career I never thought I would achieve, and playing for GB, and yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is it goes by quicker than you realise, because I was 21 years old going to Sheffield, and now I'm 30 years old, married with a kid on the way. Like, it just happens fast. But honestly, I can't. I've got no regrets. I've loved every second of it, and I put everything into it. And to be to that season I had in Coventry, to be the only British player to ever lead the Elite League in goals, is just, again, it's something I put up there with like playing for GB. It's something you don't ever dream could ever happen. And I've got no regrets. I'm proud of my career, and I don't see this as a down step. I see this as a side step in my career, and something I've got other things to look forward to and a bigger picture to think of. But yeah, I've loved every second of my Elite League career.
No, absolutely. And I know you've had a really good support system as well, for not just then, obviously all through your career, but especially then. I know Stevie J has always, even when we were like, we sort of asked him if he could come and step in and do a bit of commentary on the live stream for us. He's like, "Sorry, I'm off down to Coventry or wherever to go and see Luke." So it's great to hear about having a support system. So I think that's quite important, isn't it, for players to have, particularly when you're trying to play as high as you can.
Oh, it's like the support I have is, I'd say, second to none. The amount of family and friends I've got that will just do anything for me and travel the country to help me out. It's amazing. And like my wife she's new to hockey compared to a lot of people, and she just joined in and started supporting me, and to be honest, it's not always like you know what life's like. It's not always ups, and it's not always easy, and there's a lot of downs and tough stuff that you go through too. And I think it's something that I couldn't have gone through without her and without my family and friends. I couldn't say enough about, like, I wouldn't be doing what I do without my support group.
It's good to call that out.
Yeah.
We have got another question in from, is it Sigala 27? There's obviously you've played with and against many top quality imports whilst in the EIHL. What imports in the national are you looking for? Who are you looking forward to playing against in the national?
Playing against, I guess I have an easy question. Dylan Lawrence, one of the new imports in Milton Keynes. He was actually my roommate one year in Coventry. Really good friends with him still. Obviously, I'll have to put that friendship on hold when it comes to game time. But he's a good player and a guy I've shared a lot of good times with too. But very big, very strong, very fast, really good shot, and I think he'll be one to watch this season.
So you mentioning that obviously about having these friendships off ice. How does that affect your game when you're playing against them? In any way, does it? I'm not gonna sit here and say that you're gonna that you're gonna soften a hit or whatever it might be. But does that affect how you play them, or is it more like, I have an inside edge on those guys now?
I would say it doesn't affect it greatly. You again, like, your focus is 2 points for the team every night. Like, that's how can the team, how can they? But in a way, like, when you play against friends, you want those bragging rights too. In a weird way, it gives you a bit more motivation, I would say. Like, I don't want to wake up to a text the next day from my friends giving me a hard time. I'd rather be the one sending
No.
those messages out the next day, bragging a little. But um,
And we know how ruthless hockey players can be when it comes to the bragging rights.
yeah, it's not fun to lose. I can tell you that.
I guess it's all part of the being competitive, isn't it? So, you do want to be, always want to be the first or the best.
Yeah, it's something I don't think you can control. You
Mm.
just it's built into you, and try and stay humble. But yeah, when you win, you enjoy that win.
You want to win. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the fun day because oops, sorry. There we go, guys. Sorry, I did the wrong one. Um, First one, please cut me some slack. I forgot to mention on there, it's at the White Hart in Ufford on Bank Holiday Monday. So just for those who didn't catch the message in the chat, it is actually at the White Hart in Ufford, another one of the club's fantastic sponsors. And yeah, as I say, we're hoping for some good weather, so that should be a really good day. And of course, remember, you're supporting the supporters club, so as well, obviously that means you're supporting the Phantoms. But yeah, really good, nice day out that's going to be for everybody. Okay, so it looks like the questions at the moment have dried up. I'm just trying to see if I've got any others come through or out there anywhere. Haven't got any here. And yeah, no, nothing else here that I can see. Yeah, no, we did have one as well on Twitter. Somebody asked Obi-Wan Kenobi Stan. I asked how many goals points are you targeting for this season? Maybe I don't know how fine a point you can put on that.
No, I'd hate to put a target on my back. Obviously, all I'll say is I have high expectations for myself, and I always do. Every season, no matter what the challenge, I expect a lot of myself. So I won't be. I haven't put a number to it, but my expectations are high. I always want a lot, and I think that's part of how I motivate myself to come to work hard every day.
Yeah, definitely. Cool. Right, guys, I think because we've got no more questions here, and I'm going to let Luke get on with the rest of his evening. Just one final call out as well for DME Slate Roofing. So again, Luke is sponsored this season by them. So yeah, look out for the mentions and the posts about that. You're probably going to be hearing them a lot when he scores goals. So yeah. Oh, we've got one last question. We're going to fit this in just before I let you go, Luke.
Yeah.
And that is it from Sigala 27 again. In your opinion, who's the most underrated player in the EIHL and the NIHL?
Ooh, my time. I mean, I would say from my time playing with him, David Clements. Really, again, really good friend. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I think never gets the credit he deserves. Very, very good for a British. This isn't common, but for a British defender to skate well, be composed on the puck, play with his head up, can be physical, doesn't mind a fight. Like he can do a little everything. He can penalty kill. He's proven he can play on the power play. I think he probably hasn't got the credit he deserves throughout his career. And I know he got a bit of time with GB, and I think he definitely deserves a lot more. And I still think he can keep improving and developing too. I think he's that sort of player. Given the confidence, he can be amazing. And the NIHL, I always thought playing with Worlds he was underrated. I always thought he didn't get it. He's the sort of guy that he's like the heart and soul of your team. He does the things that no one wants to do. He blocks the shots and he hits and he maybe stands up to guys a lot bigger than him. But he's the sort of guy that you don't win games or trophies without a guy like that on your team. I hate to give him credit, and I know he's going to give me stick about this. He's probably recording it, but I'd never say it to his face, but I'd say, well,
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. And like you say, you probably didn't want to admit that. But yeah, I mean, I think Wells is the kind of guy I think everybody wants on their team and hates to play against. So yeah, I think that sort of speaks to what you say there. Okay, well, that's it. We'll wrap it up there. Luke, thanks very much. Really appreciate your time, your your brain power to answer some questions, be in the spotlight, and maybe just we can close with just a little bit of a message to the fans of what you hope to give them to see during the coming season.
Yeah, I hope we can give you some more exciting games, and obviously, like I said, hopefully we can give you some trophies. But no, looking forward to catching up with some people at the barbecue, and hopefully have a fun day on the 28th, seeing some old faces, and then I'm sure season's not long now, so we'll see you all down the rink very soon.
Definitely. Thanks, Luke, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you, mate.
Right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for those who submitted questions. We'll try and do a few more of these and get around the team, maybe some other people. Let us know in the comments below this video or in the chat still while it's still running who you'd like to see us do one of these Q&As with, and any other content that you'd like to see from us as well. We're gonna see how much we can do for you this season and try and keep it fresh and fun. So we'll leave it there. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.